do. And over the last 2 to 3 months, if you look at the announcements that JP Morgan Chase that we have made as a bank, I don't think anyone could say that we're not making good on the statement that Jamie signed, but also the other commitments that we have published and put out. We achieved operational carbon neutrality as a bank last year in 2020, and we've committed to doing that every single year going forward, with 100% of our actual energy needs coming from renewable sources in that respect. We this year have committed to financing or facilitating finance to the tune of $2.5 trillion to deliver against the UN's SDGs, which is amongst the biggest commitments made of any banking group in the world. And we have just more recently published our carbon compass methodology that I referred to earlier, setting out how we are going to reduce the carbon intensity of our financing portfolio, and have started with the some of the heavy carbon emitting sectors in oil and gas, electric power, and auto manufacturing. So for example, and that's over the next 10 years. So if you look at auto manufacturing, for example, over scopes 1, 2, and 3, we're aiming for a 41% reduction against 2019 levels. So people of course will be critical of any institution, but I think it's a very well talking talk, but we're walking the walk as a bank as well. And when you move beyond climate and you look at some of the social issues that as I said, Jamie has a strong track record on. I mean, I think we've got some statistics which, to be frank, I mean, here sitting in the UK, I've never worked in such a diverse organisation. The question, what's it like going from politics into banking? And I suppose I'm a banker now, I've done all the examinations. I never thought I'd do another exam, but 20 years later, I've just done a set of exams. But I'm not unusual in the bank in having an unusual name. We're a very diverse place where Marissa's sitting over there in the US, 52% of the JP Morgan Chase workforce is from an ethnic minority. I mean, how many institutions, which are seen as kind of big, important and influential institutions, can say that, particularly in the developed economies? So, we wouldn't paint ourselves as saints. There's always more progress to be made. But I think, in terms of the actions that we're taking, I think we're illustrating that, we're very, very serious about this. And let's not beat around the bush. We want to do good, but this is, certainly on the climate, it's the biggest commercial opportunity for businesses across all sectors in a generation. And we owe it to our shareholders to grab those opportunities, and the ultimate beneficiaries of JP Morgan stock, which are literally tens of millions of people, particularly in the United States. Ordinary people have a stake in this bank. And so we owe it to them to make sure that the bank is at the center of that, helping businesses, but also delivering for our shareholders too. And good business is good business in this respect, which is absolutely fantastic. It's the way it should be. Otherwise, to some of the purists, and I can see maybe people chucking stuff at their screens now, you are not going to get the capital allocation we need to solve these big problems. What is it? $3.5 to $5 trillion a year over the next 30 years, next 20 to 30 years to address this crisis, unless those companies with the best ESG profiles are making the most money. And sustainable and ESG funds are really illustrating beyond doubt that they deliver alpha. It's as simple as that. I'm there are some people very purist about this and think if you marry profit with doing good, that is somehow, a bad endeavor. And no, it's the only way you're going to get to where we need to be, in my view.